With the holiday season approaching, it means it's that time of year when conservatives throw out the Christian attitudes of peace, kindness, and goodwill, and instead focus on how their traditions are attacked. This results not only in a perceived war on Christmas, but also Jesus telling these people why they're dickheads. Here's how Newsmax is promoting this year's holiday special.
We know Santa Claus is coming, but what is the true meaning of Christmas? Governor Huckabee shares the secrets, and even President Trump joins in. Don't miss this Newsmax special, Mike Huckabee's Christmas in America.
Mr. President, when you came into office, America had gone through a long period where people quit saying Merry Christmas. It was all happy holidays.
Oh, my God.
You deliberately changed that and openly said, Merry Christmas, we're going to say it again.
In fact, it was part of my campaign, Mike. You know, the country had started with this woke, I guess, a little bit before that.
Yeah.
And it was embarrassing for stores to say Merry Christmas. You'd see these big chains. They want your money, but they don't want to say Merry Christmas.
It's the only thing that makes family a family is when you have a Thanksgiving giving thanks. But the best of it all is to be able to give the best gift of all, which was Jesus Christ.
Merry Christmas, America. Merry Christmas, America.
Merry Christmas, America.
Right on.
Merry Christmas, America.
Merry Christmas, America.
We need revival.
Merry Christmas, America.
Merry Christmas, America.
Merry Christmas, America.
It says in the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13. That's Christmas for you. And now, abide hope, faith, and love. The greatest of all three is love. That's the definition of Christmas.
Oh, night divine.
I love how that last guy just pulled out the Corinthians recitation. It looked like he was on his cigarette break.
Yeah, he was.
I gotta tell you that bullshit of they took Christ out of Christmas. You can't say Merry Christmas. Blah 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 blah. You know, there are like 14 holidays. If you're saying Happy Holidays, it's not saying you can't say Merry Christmas. It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
Oh, it's one of those phantom issues that they use so well. And by the way, Tom, I haven't eaten yet, so thanks for showing that right before dinner. Like I got physically ill, like viscerally ill. You know, Newsmax is incredible. You know, one critic said it's incredibly dull and incredibly boring, and it's not a good news network. That's a ringing endorsement. And that's their idea of a Christmas special, right?
Like bombarding a whole bunch of white people on the street, shoving a microphone in their face and making them say Merry Christmas, America.
They had the one African American dude in Lafayette Park, you know, so that's different. That's balanced.
And you know what they did? They went, hey, come on, we found a black guy. He'll talk to us. Come on,
right,
come on.
Exactly.
But you know what they're not talking about on that channel or OAN or Fox, Walter? They're not talking about the Biden administration sending tests out. They're not talking about.
No, why should they?
Yeah, they're not talking about the new pill that to fight the virus that Pfizer announced. They're not talking about any of that.
No, but I don't think the mainstream media is doing an awesome job anymore either. It's like, you know, they contribute to this narrative, you know, of failure and dysfunction in Washington that becomes sort of self-fulfilling. Like, who is it partially Biden's fault that a lot of people don't know what's in the Build Back Better Act? Yes, but it's also CNN's fault for never telling anyone and only going like focusing on the contention and the price tag, right? Like,
so you don't think that Wolf Blitzer did a report today on gas prices lowering to counter his report from 2 months ago, where he picked the highest price gas station in the district, $3.50, to highlight the failings of the administration, which has nothing to do. The president has nothing to do with gas prices, whether it's the former guy, whether it's this guy, has nothing to do with it. But you had Wolf friggin' Blitzer, who picks the highest price gas station in the district. And we know there are certain gas stations strategically located in the district, near hotels, near airports, that are higher than others. That's what happens. So you pick one that was $3.50 and said, look how bad Joe's doing in fighting gas prices. So now, you don't think that that now that gas prices are lowering across America, you don't think he's talking about it?
Jeff, this is my dad, everybody. This is the other Dr. Mello.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Mello.
Jeff was talking about how the presidents don't fix gas prices, and you have a story about a student, right, that thought that the president actually fixed gas prices.
I did have a student like that, thought the president would be able to determine gasoline prices. It's very simple. The market determines gasoline prices. Supply and demand, one of the only two immutable laws that I know, the other one being gravity. There you go.
Let me ask this though: when Biden did release some of the strategic petroleum reserve, did that have any impact, or was that just a symbolic gesture?
It potentially could have a small impact, but he's not releasing enough oil for a long-term impact. So it might have a very small blip. What he's doing is he's increasing supply, and if demand stays the same, price comes down. But over time, you're going to deplete that amount of oil, and then it reverts back to the normal supply and demand. So
we're speaking with Dr. John Mello from Arkansas State. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. I'm a professor of supply chain management.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's expertise that's in very high demand right now.
Yeah, I should be making a lot more money than I do.
Look at your resume. Pretty good. Pretty good here. John, how proud are you? And I, as a father, I say this, to have a daughter who's also a doctor.
I mean,
well, it's hard to even describe how proud I am of her. But since I did most of her work when she was getting her PhD, not that proud. No, actually, a funny story. I started my PhD when I was 51. So when I was a fourth year PhD student, Abby joined the University of Tennessee, and I was the oldest PhD student in the College of Business, and she was the youngest one. So it's like the redneck joke, you know, you walk your daughter to school because you're both in the same grade. Kind of like that.
Now
watch out, Abby. Your dad's gonna take your spot.
I know, right?
It's not just Arkansas, Dr. Mello. Have you ever been to Harford County, Maryland? In the coverage following the debate, the conservative network Newsmax wanted to reassure its viewers that their chosen candidate mastered the debate, despite not even being able to master coherent sentences or basic hair care. As a result, they produced this Snap online poll.
Okay, Greg, so we have the results of our Newsmax Snap poll. Your voice was heard, and with 93% of the vote, President Trump won the debate.
Something tells me that Newsmax is a bit slanted.
Yeah. Well, you know what they don't tell you? How many people did they talk to? You know, it's like of the three people we have here.
The people that were able to participate in the poll were Mint Mobile users.
Right.
They're on the no long-term contract plan.
Of the six people that we paid, 93% of them.
I mean, to be fair, I shouldn't criticize because my podcast is kind of the same way. Like if you do a poll that says, do you agree with Tom Myers? It's 99% yes. And the 1% is just like one Rogan bro who still listens to me on Spotify, basically.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how they said that with straight faces. Maybe their faces weren't straight.
Well, and I think it wasn't obviously it wasn't a scientific poll because then they have the plus or minus of like the how accurate it is. It's just like, we
plus
went
or minus
the room and everybody said
plus or minus 87%.
Plus or minus everybody on the internet, basically.
And there was no Kornacki. If there's no Kornacki, is there even a poll?
That's right.
And it was I think either Twitter or X or maybe Truth Social or something.
It was a Newsmax poll, Tom.
Yeah. It's like everybody can reply from their 5 email accounts.
Right.
I hope that they are sponsored by Red Bull or an energy drink with news to the max. News! News! Yeah, Alpha News. Okay.
It's weird. Every time I go to it, there is no news about HBO shows at all. I don't understand.
That's false advertising, my friend.
That's right.
I want to watch Succession.
If there is one thing the right-wing media shows us, it's that it's all too happy to orgasm at the thought of being in the presence of anyone who served in the military, until the moment comes when they have to give said service member a metaphorical reach around, as this clip from Newsmax shows us.
I can tell you this didn't happen under President Trump. And I know there's a lot of people on the left that want to try to blame President Trump. He wanted out of Afghanistan real bad. He was real frustrated not being able to get out, but he didn't pull out because he knew this would happen. In fact, we all did. I called it on this program. My 12-year-old son knew about it. And so I've got Americans there that are stuck. To me, that's a hostage situation. But Joe, I appreciate you working to get them out. I really do. And I wish you all luck in the world.
With due respect,
thank you for
with due respect, Grant, I mean, like, veterans, being one, right, and our friends are over there. Right. We followed this closely from multiple administrations, and we know the Trump's administration's efforts here were fairly weak. That they were trying to limit the number of people that would get out, and so there was coordination problems.
Joe, I'm gonna cut you. I'm already weak. I'm already low on time, Joe. Joe, cut him off, please. Cut him off now. Cut him off now. You're not gonna blame this on President Trump on my show. That's not happening.
Wow.
I mean, I would like to think he picked up his interview style from his 12-year-old son, but I imagine his 12-year-old son is probably a lot more chill.
Well, first of all, Tom, there was one line in there, which, again, for the people not watching the video feed, we're talking to comedians, so all of the comedians here picked up on when he said, what line?
He didn't pull out.
There you go.
But he was stuck. A trick to not be stuck is to put a finger in the butthole. They could have just done that. Anyways.
But so the guests didn't follow the party line. That's quite a network.
You need to have Stormy Daniels on. Clearly, that's what's necessary now. It's hard to tell with these guys. They claim they love veterans, but when it comes to spending money on veterans, they don't want to do that unless it's giving it to some corporation that's their buddy. Then they'll contract out and give them some contracts. What they're finding, particularly with the VA, is when you contract all this stuff out, it actually costs more than just funding the VA and hiring within the VA, keeping the work there where they can coordinate what's going on. And it's just shameful to watch that they claim they're, thank you for your service, but don't ask me for anything. And that's not supporting them.
They're all for veterans. They're all for young people to go die for their wars. But once they come back if they come back in pieces, they're not for supporting them physically or mentally. And they are all also for Betsy DeVos's brother getting contracts so he can send his team in as a supplemental army, as Ward was suggesting.
And the pullout thing, there was another part that I was laughing at, which was, he wants to pull out from all these places. I'm thinking, NATO. He wants to pull out of NATO. Nobody in their right mind wants to pull out of NATO. But yeah, okay, say that you care about, world peace and, soldiers and people all over the world. But let's pull out of NATO. Yeah, perfect timing.
He pulled out of that interview real quick, so they know how to do it. They should have given the interviewee a safe word, so that if he wants to say Trump, that he can say something else so it's safe for the network, You can't blame it under my network. Biased journalism is okay now,
I'm not a real journalist. That's my excuse. And I'm sticking with it.
That's fine.
I'm going to blame me on my podcast. All right.
That sounded like the German side of you you're trying to bring out.
Newsmax's efforts to influence the country doesn't stop with their post-debate coverage, but in their failed attempts to interact with real people, as we can see in these series of on-the-street interviews in, of all places, New York City.
The point of any debate is to move the needle for undecided voters, and the only way to find out if it actually worked is to go out and ask, because the AP claimed that voters in New York City think Kamala Harris won, but you know what? I don't believe them. So I went out, found out for myself. It's exactly what we did.
What was your favorite policy of hers?
Favorite policy, not being Donald Trump, not trying to attempt a coup.
Who did you favor?
Harris.
Really? What was your favorite policy about hers?
Everything that she had to say was absolutely wonderful.
Well, you got somebody who in office who says she's going to do this and that when she gets elected. She's in office already. She's in office. I used to be a Democrat, not anymore.
Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Come on, man. I gotta put this on TV. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. No. I apologize. Way better.
Fake news. Newsmax sucks.
I love how like the guy who cursed on TV was more apologetic. The guy
right.
he just walked right by.
Right.
And you can just see
if they're not using hey Newsmax sucks in their advertisement day in and day out, I think they need a new company.
I mean, first off, it was amazing that they posted that because like if this is live and someone does that, that's understandable. Like if Newsmax put that on TV,
right,
then that's like okay, maybe they just want to show this, but I got that video off of Newsmax's YouTube page. Like Newsmax kept that guy and put him on YouTube, like just because they needed to fill out the length on the video so that it wouldn't be a short, so that people would see it.
I love that the guy was like, I used to be a Democrat and now I'm not. It's like we're not missing you. Like, trust. Like, there is literally nothing that is coming out of you that we need to have. So
see, Tom, what happened is they're like, okay, we need like 35 more seconds for this YouTube video. We only have 4 more hours of no comment. What are we gonna do? Put the guy saying the F word on.
I think they're doing it though just to like get them aggravated, right? That there's these New York liberals.
That's right.
You know, they all, because all the liberals live in the north, like
right.
like the Wizard of Oz.
Right.
Although I've done, as someone who's done comedy in New York City, like that is not, those aren't real New Yorkers. They are not that sedate.
Well, I don't know what that was against the wall. I don't know what that was, but he was all slouched against the wall. But yeah.
I love that immediately they walk up to the two guys that look blue collar that totally look like they're going to be the demo, and the one guy's like, absolutely, and the other guy's like, get out of here.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. What are you talking about? 4 years ago, your mom was in a freezer truck dead. What are you talking about?
But the leading guy, they're like, what did you like about her? That she's not Trump?
That's right.
Right.
Fair answer.
It is. It's like, what more do you need?
And they even had the lady with the American flag shirt on. They said as soon as she started talking about how much she loved Kamala Harris, like you could tell the camera guy or the producer is going to be thinking, I am so fucking toast right now. I'm getting fired by Newsmax, and I will never get a job anywhere else again.
So, oh my gosh, I want to just jump in. I'm so sorry, Tom. So I've done radio for a long time, right? And we used to have to do street bits where you got to just go find someone and like talk to them, right? I know what this guy did. The producer threw the camera guy, whatever his name was, Chesticles McGee or whatever the hell that big old guy was. he saw the lady in the red, white, and blue and the stars and stripes. Now, as Gina, I don't want to coerce you into an answer, but I have been scared to death to wear red, white, and blue for the last 8 years. And I love Tommy Hilfiger. I love preppy. And I can't wear my nice nautical themed outfits without being accused of being a Republican. He saw her dressed like that and assumed that was a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
But guess what? We're back.
We're taking the flag back. Now, I'm not inclined to wear a flag of any sort, but we are taking that flag back. And the best, I want to encourage you to wear your nautical sweaters and cuteness. Just get a Harris Waltz hat.
Okay. So does that mean Tom and I can wear Izod again? Is that what it is?
It's
Alligators out of the closet, baby.
Or you got to wear a rainbow flag or something. You got to balance it, right?
Let me get my Sperry topsiders out of storage. We're headed.
Your Sperry topsiders. That was a really deep reference, and I think we can power down to acknowledge it. Good on you. That's some you out preppied me there.
Hey,
he pops his collars when
I was gonna say when you're a black guy named Chip. I mean, what else can you do? It's like
you gotta stand out.
And your chip has 2 P's. That's even extra chippy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's like it. We're all talking about Izod and being prep and mentioning being preppies. Meanwhile, everybody on this panel is wearing glasses. I'm like that really says everything you need to know.
I'm wearing sunglasses.
We're taking this country back as long as we can do it before 9:30.
That's right.
We have to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we got to take a break at 6 because that's the early bird special, and then Then we can come back at 7:30.
I didn't think about the early bird
and go to 9.
Oh, all right. I'll plan a break for the next episode then.
There you go.
Okay. Are we?
You're cutting into my Applebee's time.
I'm doing you a favor. How have conservative figures taken to the new initiatives of the Trump 2.0 immigration policies? Simply put, they have become ball-washing dickheads, as we can see in this clip from Newsmax, where a plate of tacos is used as a prop.
What are you going to do? Will you come take it out of my ham? I'm going to eat half this plate during the break. Maybe I'll call the ICE hotline. I don't know if I'll have enough time. Sure. All kidding aside, it was actually really good taco. These people broke the law. They broke the law to get here.
That would have been the perfect time for that taco to have lodged right in his throat and just rendered him utterly speechless.
They broke the law of spice and taste. Ooh, they exceeded my spicy, tasty expectations. They should be punished. Bad taco.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure I saw a bead of sweat coming down. He was really, like, oh God.
It wasn't even a failed taco. I don't think it was. I think it was from a white people restaurant because, you don't eat taco that neatly. It is a messy thing. Meanwhile, he was eating it like, and it wasn't filled and he was like making it I don't know. I was just hoping that he choked on it or something. Something just like, piece fell out, and I don't know. I was just waiting for that. I didn't even hear what he was saying. I just wanted the taco to disintegrate, as a protest, I hope he got it from Chipotle though. That would be nice. Then he'll fall sick.
It was definitely not an authentic taco. It was a white person made taco.
Absolutely.
That jingle that they have on TikTok now is white people taco.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
That sounds
I
like
am so out of the loop now that it's this. I feel so uncool now on my own show.
I think white people taco is Pringles chips.
Okay, don't bring Pringles chips into this because you can put 2 in your mouth and do a little duck face. Name another chip you can do that with.
You pissed off the white person?
I mean, you could do the same with the Calbee seaweed chips from H Mart.
Someone's doing well.
It sounds like Kitty. That song sounded like it came from a like a chant from a soccer game in Europe. White people taco. You're just a white people taco. White people taco.
So
That'll
glad
be
I
the
made
new
my singing
insult.
debut on this show.
No, that's it. It'll be the huge new insult. You're nothing but a white person's taco. Get away from me.
Oh my goodness.